so the question about the luxury goods, it is. I think it's a giffen good. You know, in most instances, what you're dealing with are items that that fill a need that's very high order. I mean, this little concept of hierarchy of needs: food, shelter, clothing, and all the rest. But as Coco Chanel said, I think better than anyone else, as it relates to luxury goods, when defining what a luxury good was, she's attributed to the expression that a luxury good is something that you don't need and cannot live without. And that's a very high order. And I mean, the people who spend $5,000 on a purse invest an enormous amount of their mental capacity to figure out what purse to invest in, and whether or not it communicates of them what they wish to suggest about them. It's deep, it's profound, and it's something without which they could not live. And from our perspective, we want to find those types of moments. Now, the manufacturers have to be very careful. A friend of mine gave his wife such a piece, and she took it back to LVMH, which is where it was ostensibly from, because it became slightly unstitched, and asked the service department whether they could repair it. And they asked her whether she had a receipt, and she said no. Her husband gave it to her as a Christmas present. And they said, well, you know, we'd like to help, but you really do need a receipt. Well, but he gave it to me as a present, back and forth. Go back and get it. No, I'm here now, back and forth, back and forth. And finally she said, you know, this is really terrifically unnecessary and inconveniencing. I demand that you fix it now. And they said, listen, we'd like to, but we can't tell whether your husband really bought it for you or whether it was counterfeit bought on the street. To which she said, if you can't tell whether it's counterfeit or not, then why would I esteem it so highly as I thought I should? And of course, it's a terrible answer. It's a terrible answer. It's not just the sale of an expensive product that secures the loyalty of that consumer. It's the entire relationship, part of which is unquestioned commitment to service. And they never should have walked down that line of reasoning with her, because they completely eroded the allure of that brand to her.